and visitors. Welcome to BNI Decatur, where it is greater. Just want to introduce the leadership team. We've got myself as president, Ruben Rodriguez. We have Alex Merritt, who's not here today. Vice President, Secretary Treasurer is Justin Reams. Then we have the membership committee of Stuart, Randy, Seth, and Tom. Visitor hosts are Sade, Evan, and Bronwyn, and we have the education coordinator, Senor Stephen, and then the mentor coordinator, Senorita Misty. So we're going to pass around the business card binder. So feel free to take out a business card of anyone that interests you. We also have a contact sheet up front that you can get that has everyone. So you can get a card and a sheet. All right, so our core values, we have 7 of them. We've got giver's gain, building relationships, lifelong learning, traditions and innovations, positive attitude, accountability and recognition. And today's featured presenter is Senor David Woods. Where are you, David? David, would you expand on any one of these? Maybe you have a favorite one?
Normally my favorite one is accountability, but I'm going to talk about building relationships. I think building relationships is very important internally within BNI to make sure that we get to know each other, those trusted relationships, that we don't have any issues with, recommending out other people too. But on the flip side, the way I try to run my business is to build those relationships with my clients and my customers. I definitely want to be the one that they choose going on into the future, just not for this one time. So
excellent.
It's very important.
Excellent. And that reminds me, please silence your cell phones. Put it in vibrate or do not disturb. We have Senor Stephen with the networking education moment.
All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm so honored to be your education coordinator this year, and I've got big shoes to fill, which Ricky's not here. Okay, he said it. So now we can talk about him. So either way, I am, if you're like me, and I've got a couple notes, I might look down a little bit. If you're like me, you have to do like continuing education for your job or your career, right? And at some points it's like, I already know enough. Gosh, I don't need to learn anymore. So get that out. But all jokes aside, thanks for laughing. All jokes aside, like knowledge is power, and I'm gonna make it my mission for this group to like drive greater sense of community and learning, and like sharing things with what we learn, and using all the resources that BNI offers us, which I'm guilty of it myself. I don't use all of them. I definitely use stuff like the podcast very frequently. But let's learn it together, and let's grow, and I encourage you to schedule a one-on-one with me. So, podcasts. Recently, there's one that says giving is transformational, and that ties into Giver's Gain, which we all know. Giver's Gain, and this is where I have to read because I couldn't memorize this whole thing. Giver's Gain, it's a reaffirmation that our lives have significant meaning, and that through community we can be our best selves. For people who get that, this philosophy, I think, unlocks a whole new world of meaning and opportunity. So our job in BNI, I believe, is to help people get the giving idea. More importantly, we can be intentional about helping other people to reach that place. So those are actually words from the great Dr. Ivan Meisner. And in that podcast also, too, he talks that when people give to others, it activates regions of our brain associated with pleasure, social connection, and trust, which creates a warm glow effect. So when you give, you feel some type of way, right? The other thing, scientists also believe that altruistic behavior releases endorphins in our brains, producing that positive feeling around, known as the helper's high. So giving is getting. To me, also giving a lot of times is just listening. So I want to encourage everybody, the point of our group to all our visitors is like you meet others in the group and you meet with them regularly. You learn their business. You become their sales team. You become their eyes and their ears and find people that need their service. So giving is listening to me in a lot of ways. So listening and growing the group. Again, I'm just excited to be your education chair, and there's more to come. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Stephen. All right, so new applicants and members, so I think we're still processing short days. Anyone else from the membership committee?
Still in
Good. All right. right, so I have an award. So the Ivor Award is presented each week to the person that has the best elevator pitch or spotlight. And last week's was David, and I think he even won the he's cleaning up. So David is going to be listening to all of our presentations and kind of taking notes and seeing, you know, who deserves this week's award. So this week is a little bit different. We're going in random order, okay, so I did shuffle it. So just to kind of let you guys know, the next presenter is here, so Sade, you are first. So not yet, I just wanted to point out for everyone to look at the bottom right. That'll let you know when you are up. Lista? All right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good morning, BNI. Hopefully y'all are awake. Good morning. All right, so most of us were not here last week. So I'm going to kind of repeat my announcement for last week. I got some exciting news. So I'm now partnering with another massage therapist to offer couples massages. So if you and your partner would like a joint session, I have another therapist for that. Also, one additional exciting news is I now have a location thanks to a referral from Randy. So for those of you who are like, oh, I don't really want you to come out to my house, you can come to So that's in East Point at the gym Phys Ed. So if you're looking for a session with me and you want to come to me, you're now able to do that. I'm Sade with Touch Therapy Co. Learn to touch and be touched.
Like never before.
Thank you.
Morning, guys. Israel Garcia, PC of mine. Happy Cybersecurity Awareness Month as well. You guys, this month I really want to emphasize the free hacker scan that a lot of you guys have not taken advantage of. It was originally going to be gone in August, but we extended it to the end of this month because of Awareness Month. So if you guys haven't had a chance to scan that, it takes 2 minutes. It lets us get a reading of somewhat of what your company or your small business, what information is out there for you. So if you guys don't have it, I'll send it in an email tonight and on Slack as well. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Randy Godfrey, the club's resident painter. I'm here to share some news that could be greater. At 360 Painting, we're raising the bar. We now offer financing to make dreams go far. If you got a real estate agent in a bind, trying to convince a seller to paint and get a line, a fresh coat of paint will bring buyers in view, and our new financing can help make it come true. So if you know an agent who could use a hand to help sell a property that'll truly stand, please send them our way. Let us help with the angle. At 360 Painting, we got you covered from every angle.
Well, that's a little hard to follow. Good morning, I'm R.A. Bondi, I'm an attorney. I specialize in estate planning, business law, and litigation. I'm talking about my litigation practice. And a lot of these 60-second things are not really distinguishable from war stories, but they're hopefully interesting anyway. What I want to talk about today is embezzlement. One of my clients was approached by one of his friends. She wanted to go into business with him, and he foolishly gave her his American Express card to start the business, to get inventory and so forth. And then fast forward a few months, American Express calls him and says there are a few $100,000 overdrawn. He gets the statements, and it's perfume and clothing and wigs and all this stuff. And he had chased her through the courts in Cobb County for years. She ended up in jail, which didn't go well with her hair color or anything, the orange jumpsuit from Cobb County, but there you have it.
Good morning, BNI Decatur. My name is Thad Gilliam. I'm the team's financial planner. I'm a certified financial planner and a chartered financial analyst. Today, I'm looking for people who are on FIRE. Have y'all heard of the FIRE acronym? Financially independent, retire early. They're people who are like real go-getters. They want to like save as much as they can and retire at a ridiculously early age. It's not really for me because I think you got to still do something with your life after that. But I am looking for people who are wanting to plan for the future. So if you know somebody who, I'm thinking about it this week because it's kind of Q4. So it's like, okay, how was your year this year? How did it end up heading into next year? For people who want to change the future, want to plan and say, golly, I would really like to retire in 5 or 10 or 15 years, we can help them with that. We can help them determine where they're at, what they need to do to get there. With Thad Gilliam, with Vera Sale Partners, navigating today, tomorrow, together.
Good morning, sales team.
Good morning.
So, thank you, that was good. So, a lot of folks are asking, they got a ton of equity in their house, how do they get it out? There's 4 ways you can do it through us, or really for anybody. You can refinance the first mortgage, pull it all out, but a lot of folks that don't want to do that because they're sitting at 2.5%, 3%, you're throwing that away because second mortgage rate, or first mortgage rates are in the 6s now. You can also do a home equity line. The only problem with home equity lines is they're adjustable rate and pay interest only. But we've got a one I told you about the other day that honestly can close in about 24 hours with really no documentation, and it's really all about managing cost and rate expectations. And then there's just a fixed rate second mortgage. So we can even do that on investment properties now. So if you're looking or know anybody that's looking to get cash out of a property, maybe to buy another property, maybe to do a rehab on their house to pay off debts, send them to me and I'll turn their mortgage into a work of art.
Hello everyone, I am looking for JD Gilliam of the Gilliam Group at Gilliam Station Road. JD gets to help people every day realizing their dreams of home ownership and building wealth through real estate investment. He is 95% referral based, so his clients take him to many points north, south, east, and west. JD works with both home buyers and home sellers with a focus on finding homes to sell in the hot real estate market. A good referral for JD would be anyone going through a change of life, job transfer, job loss, marriage, baby, whatever, divorce. So whether they are moving up or moving on, they can find their way home and find home their way with Gilliam.
Good morning, sales team. Michael McClellan, Decatur neighbors. I am your community connector here in this community here, North Decatur and other states. I help businesses, help the community connect with one another by featuring local families on the cover and focusing on the things that are going on in this community. I'm constantly looking for experts in their field to share with the community why they are the experts in what they do. Businesses currently that I'm looking for are chiropractors, interior design, and HVAC service. Knowing those folks in those fields that would be great with those. Once again, Michael McClellan, Be Connected.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Abby Griffith. I'm the owner and founder of Clarity Fitness, and we made a really awesome investment in some new fitness technology last month that I wanted y'all to be the first to know about. We invested in this camera called a Kinotech scanner, and what it can do is it can see your body moving from one camera in 3D. So if you're working on a squat, overhead press, lunge, there's 200 movements logged in there, and it can tell to a fraction of a percentage how efficient your movement is or isn't, and then what to do about it. So it's less of just spitting out information at you and hoping you figure it out. It's really giving you, hey, strengthen this, stretch this, and that's something that a personal trainer, whether it's at Clarity or someone else, can help you continue to do and continue to address as you grow in your fitness journey. So if you're interested in that or know someone who might be, feel free to reach out and we can get you booked. Abby Griffith, Clarity Fitness, you are enough.
Does Mike have a here?
It's busy with all the storms, like, a lot of mold.
Good morning, everyone. Speaking of all that, the storms and stuff, it's been busy. Yeah. Recently had a fun job where basically they had a gas water heater in their like crawl space, but to accommodate the height of the gas water heater, they dug down a hole for the water heater to sit in. When all the rain came in, it filled up that hole. So the water heater was just sitting in water for a couple of days.
Oh my God.
Went in there, replaced the light burner assembly on the gas water heater, and installed a sump pump, so in case water ever got into that hole again, it would pump the water out. So if anyone you know has a water heater in a basement or a light crawl space or something that doesn't have a sump pump to protect it, that would be something good to at least have looked at, maybe have something done about it. So thank you guys.
Morning, everybody. Jordan Laurie with Clearwater State Farm, specializing in life and disability insurance. We try to do a quick story, which I always fail to seem to be able to accomplish. But took a call on Friday in the middle of all the storm. Had a woman who needed to basically claim that actually took place before the storm. She confessed to me that one of the reasons she hadn't reached out sooner was because she had to take her father to dialysis. I said, "Does your father have any life insurance?" And she said, "Well, actually, because of dialysis, he's ineligible." And I said, "Well, that's not really the case. That we found a policy that matched into some coverage." She said, "I've got a group of friends that need to hear about all this stuff. Would you come over to my house and talk about life insurance?" I said, "Well, I can do that, but I'll do one better. My previous career was in hospitality, and I'm a credentialed sommelier. Why don't we have a wine tasting and in the middle of drinking a bunch of wine, we can talk about life insurance." So if you know anybody who thinks that they're ineligible or wants to try to have a good time and also learn about life insurance at the same time.
That's funny. Morning.
Oh, that's
Morning, sales team. My name is Ivan Ramon. I'm with Horizon Windows and Doors. We're resident windows and doors replacement specialist. Today I want to talk a little bit about the weather. With the storm, you might have some windows damaged or windows broken. We can come in and replace them with new energy efficient windows to help with your energy issues, basically. So quality windows and doors are in your
Horizon.
Good morning, sales team. My name is Tom Markey at the Oak Insurance Group, and I'd like to talk to you about the business insurance. Every business is different when it comes to protecting the business. You always want to make sure that you're protecting the core, and that's what we call the general liability. Everything's based on general liability. We branch out from there based on what you need for your business. That could be professional liability that we add on, or if you've got some commercial auto exposure or workers' comp insurance. There's lots of different policies we can add, but they all attach to the general liability. If you or anyone you know hasn't had an insurance deal in a while, please have them reach out. I'd like to take a look, see if I can help them out. Tom Martin, deal with it. Solid as a.
Oh. We're gonna get it. All right, I know Alex is not here, and looks like Aaron is not here.
I'm subbing for you.
Oh, you're subbing? I'm sorry.
Morning.
Morning.
Subbing for Aaron Schumann. ATL Music Lessons is your local neighborhood music school offering instruction on piano, guitar, ukulele, and voice. Instead of sitting through a boring private lesson with just their teacher, students at our studio get to participate in fun group lessons with other musicians their age. Our unique blend of classical teaching techniques and modern music technology keeps students engaged and having fun while learning the fundamentals of playing an instrument and expressing their own creativity. My ask this week is about connecting with any local PTA or PTO board members of elementary and middle schools in the Decatur area. We'd love to help out in any fall fundraising events for these groups. Also, we're still looking for a porch or driveway where we can set up a booth for the Oakhurst Porch Fest. If you know of anyone that lives in Oakhurst who would be willing to lend us a spot on their property for Saturday, October 19th. We appreciate the introduction. ATL Music Lessons. Stop dreaming.
Start playing.
Hey, good morning. My name is Hunter Gurney. I'm the founder and owner of Gurney Benefits, where I do employee benefits for businesses. Really specialize in health insurance. We're coming up to that time where you're going to start hearing business owners complain about their health insurance costs. It's renewal season. The angrier they are, the better they are for me. Instead of coming in with a team of suits, VP of this, VP of that, talking about national resources, local service, great carrier awards and relationships, I come in with results. I do a better job of helping business owners control their health insurance costs than the competition. So the angrier you hear someone get, feel more motivated to let them know you got a guy. I'm Gurney Benefits.
Okay.
Thanks.
Good
morning, everyone. This is Palmer with Tandem Bank. Each week I like to educate and ask. A couple of weeks ago, Art was talking about rates going down and how long it takes to take effect, actually. So if you guys have money sitting in a money market account or savings account, that the rate is going to decline here in 30 to 45 days, I would advise you to put that in a certificate of deposit because that rate is guaranteed for whatever time term that you put that in. So 12-month one is probably your best bet right now. Again, I'm looking for small businesses that want a bank to listen. They want resources. You can't call the big box banks and ask them for help or a referral for someone to do windows or painting but they can call us to do that. Due to the weather, we've been getting an influx of those calls recently. Again, Mr. Palmer with Tandem Bank. Thank you.
Good morning, BNI. David Woods. You guys are going to hear me for 10 minutes a little later on today. So what I'm going to do is turn over my 60 seconds to Mike since he just walked in.
Let's go! Mike, Peer Maintenance, how are we?
Good.
Good morning. Oh wow, unexpected. Well, I guess I'm prepared something, so I've got nothing. You guys know me, old guy. There's been a lot going on this week. If you know of anybody that needs to have their home tested, we'll do free inspections. We do old home remediation. We've been doing a lot of big commercial projects lately, schools and stuff like that. So anytime there's some massive area and you guys catch wind of it, you're going, hey, that might be something that there might be a mold aspect to it, please give me a call, let me know. I'd love to take care of it. And Squeegee Squad is so good for windows. And what else? Nice to see you. Usually it's your daughter, so. There's no time obligation. That's it. You're a local Squeegee.
Okay, my turn now. Hi everyone, Lindsay Sullivan with Cruise Planners. I'm a travel advisor, but we don't just do cruises, which is what I normally say, but today I'm going to talk about cruise next year. We're putting together a group that's going to go to Alaska. It's a round trip out of Seattle, so they just started this route, and in Seattle, normally you have to fly into Alaska, different routes, and it's more complicated, so this is easy. You fly into Seattle, you fly out of Seattle, so if you have a companion pass or anything like that, and then you get there a lot easier. So if you've ever, or if you've been wanting to go to Alaska, or if you know anyone, that's my ask list. If you know anyone that's been like, oh, I've been always wanted to go to Alaska, leave them to me and trying to put together a big group for next August, and I'll have more information for you guys next week. And I still have 14 seconds, but yeah, Mike, yeah.
Talk about Squeegee.
All right, have a
Does Joel have a cert? He's making sure he'll show you.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Bronwyn with SWAG, and SWAG stands for
Screen Training, Weddings, Advertising, and Giveaways.
I've missed y'all. Today my 60 seconds is right here. New merch for clarity. Perfect referrals for me are gym, yogas, Pilates studios, bar, cycling, any kind of exercise studio where you do see they have merch for sale at the front. It doesn't have to be a logo and information. We try to make it have more of a retail feel. Try to style it out cute. And also holidays can be a great time for companies to launch some sort of merch, whether it's to give to their employees, to give to their clients, all of that. I was thinking some funny Santa or reindeer doing yoga, a reindeer on an elliptical. We could do all kind of funny like holiday themed or just general merch to give out at this time. So if you know somebody like that, that's a perfect referral for me. Thanks.
Hey everybody, so we're from the auto sales. We're located in Decatur. We sell quality pre-owned vehicles, $25,000 or less. I want to share a situation that I had with a customer that has
Always on the
customer bought a vehicle from me about a year and a half ago with 60,000 miles on it. Ran out of warranty, needed a drive shaft. Good customer, just ran on some financial hard times. Could not afford the repair. Us being as good as we are, we split the cost with her, covered half of the repair for her so she can get back on the road and drive. Between that, our almost 700 Google reviews, and our A+ rating, and the Better Business Bureau. That is the reason why we were nominated by the Georgia Business Journal to be one of the best used car dealers in Georgia. Dealership to do business with that treats you with a relationship like a family. Come to Olympic Auto.
Times come on! Woo! Everybody! Yeah, alright, it is not only the Jewish New Year, it is also ADHD Awareness Month. So, I want to tell you that it does not care about race. ADHD does not care about state lines. It does not care about your fucking political orientation. It is ADHD Awareness Month, and there's something everybody can do about it. Have compassion. Now, everybody take out a pen now. Find one. If you don't find one, ask one. Who needs one? Marker, pen. Okay. What you're gonna do is write an A on your hand. An A. Why? I have to check to see if this is the right answer. Because people are gonna ask. People are gonna wonder what this A is for. Make it big and bold, and because there are people you know and people that you don't that have ADHD, and they deserve your attention, and they deserve to know that you understand. It is a hidden disorder, but just as serious. I'm Evan Kersey. I am an ADHD and executive coach, and I'm a cheerleader this month. So, welcome to ADHD month.
Good morning, Decatur.
Good morning.
My personal goal is to get as loud as hard at some point. My name is Carl, owner and operator of Alagaza Cleaners. I'm your new favorite residential and commercial cleaning company. As I started last week, pointed out some of the reasons that folks choose to look for a new cleaner. There are four main ones, the most popular being a drop in quality. Kelly reached out to us because her cleaner of about 2 years had gotten less and less thorough over the last couple months. She was okay paying an increased rate to use us, but needed to know exactly how we would be different. So I talked to her about my systematic approach to cleaning, starting from the back of the home and working to the front, tackling surfaces top to bottom, left to right. My cleaners use a cleaning checklist to make sure that they don't miss anything. And we'll do a final walkthrough of that checklist with the client to make sure everything's absolutely perfect. I believe that any simple system is a great way to achieve consistent results if you know anyone that finds value in particular outcomes. Send them my way. Thank you.
Good morning, BNI. Good morning. I'm Stephen Bentley with I'm Stephen Bentley with Thrive, digital marketing chair for the group. Show of hands, who here has like a salesperson that works for them? Not anybody. Anybody want one? That's somebody that helps you close business, right? I've actually got somebody that'll do, they'll work for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and it's your website. And what we do at Thrive, we have a variety of ways to get people to that site, whether it's SEO or paid search, which is like Google search ads, Google pay-per-click, or directory sites, or anything like that. We help with that. And then when they land on your site, how good is it at converting people and actually getting them to the point of saying like, okay, I'll schedule with you right now. Having good forms, having a chat, if you don't want to allow somebody to schedule on your website, you should at the very least offer them a 15-second phone call where you're not going to play phone tag with them, but you can pick a time that's good for closing. I'm Stephen Bentley with Thrive, your business.
Smart.
Good morning, everybody. Salvador here with Georgia Moving Company. Today I want to share a story about clients that we're just about delivering in Michigan. They wanted to take family road trip and not to be present throughout the process of moving, so we did a video estimate without us being present in their home, and they hit the road. Everything else was handled by us. We picked everything up a couple days ago here in Decatur, and we're about to deliver everything today. So they've been on the road, completely got all information, the house is empty and clean, and we are ready to deliver today. So if you know anybody leaving the state, send them my way. Salva, Georgia, pack and load.
Les called at the last minute. He's got a personal thing that came out last minute.
Richard. That being said, hey, good morning everybody. Rich Morris, World Property Inspection. It's Rick. This week, great referrals for me, of course, new construction. Anytime I see new construction today, I see great houses, I see houses, and I see some really bad ones. And besides that, I'm also an arbitrator, so I perform arbitrations on behalf of a law firm for the warranty portion of new construction. So 10 months in in the process of owning your house, and you can have another inspection performed, and then you can bring up warranty claims. I bring that up today because I have an arbitration this afternoon, and my public service announcement is going to be when you have new construction and you have warranty claims, spell out exactly who, what, where, why, and when. Some of the claims that I have to look at today are just doesn't work, not doing this as well, this is a problem, but not spelling it out. You have to say exactly what happened, when it happened, and what to do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Crowding your space.
Hello everyone, I'm Daniel Smith, who designed events, setting the mood for all your special moments, big or small. Hoy le voy a dar mi presentación en español para los que se entienden muy bien, para los que no, mejor. No, just everyone know that
Yeah, go on then.
food design events is multilingual. We speak Spanish, French, we'll get past some Portuguese, but we also are able to do multicultural events. So if you have anyone that's having an Indian wedding, Nigerian weddings, Spanish weddings, or if you know people that are from two backgrounds getting married, that can be a very interesting process, melding two cultures, sometimes two languages. So that's something that we're able to do. We're able to do that planning. We're able to handle those cultural events very well. Danielle.
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Jacob, Athletes Potential. Last week, sorry I was not here. We had our company offsite that needed to get up early because of Hurricane Helene. But that is our favorite time of year because we go over, typically have a book that we go over and we apply to our practice. And this year we did Good to Great. Has anybody read that book before? It's a great book. Talk about headshot concept, which is like, what is your guiding principle and what are you the best in the world at? And I thought our answers from our team, unprompted for me, was a really good example. So, improving people's lives through healthcare, guiding people back to healthy and fulfilling lives, empowering people and athletes to take charge of their health, being true performance-based clinicians, deeply listening to our clients, changing the nature of how physical therapy can be delivered. I thought those were all really cool. Unprompted. We've got such a great caring team, and we're expanding into Johns Creek. And if you guys know anybody who has who works with athletes, owns a gym, Pilates studio, whatever, would love an introduction because our team is super passionate. We'll make you look good and for having a really good referral, being like, I know a guy, right? And we would love to be that resource for you. So if you have a body,
you're an athlete.
Do what you dare.
Morning, guys. Justin Reeves with My Exterior Cleaner. 1 month from today, I will be our feature presenter. So today I want to do 3 things to prepare us so that we can get the most out of that 10 minutes. First, I'd like to extend an open invite to anyone in the group to send me any questions you have about myself or the company, and I'll happily answer them during my 10 minutes. Second, I'd like to provide a brief preview of what I currently have to talk to you guys about. My most recent review. My Exterior Cleaner was awesome. Professional, timely, knowledgeable, great work, super responsive, took care of all of the pictures and logistics with my insurance company and broker. I highly recommend their services. My Exterior Cleaner epitomizes customer service, and I plan on recommending them to everyone. My topic is what sets us apart. And third, I'd like to make my ask. Will you all please invite realtors, property and casualty insurance agents, and any property investors to come visit us in the next 4 weeks. Thank you, Justin, with My Exterior Cleaner.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
My name is Ruben Rodriguez. I'm the group's commercial real estate broker, and I work with owner-operators and investors specializing in buying and selling, leasing properties like industrial, office, single tenant leasing, land, and more. So today I'm going to talk to you about property at Neal Street, which is near Mercedes-Benz that I took to the market, but I'm taking it to the market. It's a restaurant bar, and the metric, I track about 9 metrics, and 2 I want to talk about. One is impressions, the other one is visitors. So impressions is the total overall exposure that it gets, and visitors is the total number of logged in users. So that populates to me. I go ahead and reach out and contact them to see if they need anything. So always trying to interact with them as best as I can. This message has been brought to you by Junction Tequila Blanco. What time is it?
Tequila time.
Morning, sales team. I'm Stuart Jones with Floor Coverings International. We provide floors for your home or office. Today I want to talk about nurses, hot nurses. So no, just kidding. I'm not kidding. That was pretty cool. But Anna is a customer of mine from a couple of years ago, and she had something going wrong with her stair rotor that we put in. So she called me and was surprised that I answered and that I'm still in business. So that's a great customer for me. Like maybe it says you know, these kind of flooring companies, they kind of come and go. I need to find someone that I know is going to be like someone that will answer the phone. So that's a great customer for me. So if you know somebody like that, and because I'm a pretty good educator, what I'd like for you to do is to write FU on your hand. So you can remember I'm a flooring kid. I'm just kidding. We love it when you
walk all over us.
I think everyone should write roll tide.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Scott Michael with Iowa Associates. I'm the group's real estate attorney. I help buyers and sellers close real estate transactions. Today I want to talk about owner financing. I'm getting a lot of calls for that lately, and it works very well where interest rates are high, so you've got buyers that can't afford property, or you've got sellers that aren't able to get the price that they're looking for. So I had a call from a guy who owns a condo in Midtown yesterday. He's not been able to get his price for like 3 months, so he did find a buyer who can't qualify for a mortgage. So they came to me, I'm setting up all the documentation. We can set her monthly payment at whatever they want, it doesn't matter. And then in 2 years, she can refinance out at a lower rate, hopefully. And so both parties are happy, and it's a great transaction. So a good referral for me would be a seller that can't get the price that they're looking for. John Bagwell with that was.
That's cool.
All right, did we miss anybody from the member groups? Okay, so no, and now we're going to allow our visitors and substitutes to stand up and give their little 60-second spotlight or elevator pitch. And we'll start over here with
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Veronica Avesena with Citizen Advocacy of Atlanta and DeKalb. I want to start with a quote by Toni Morrison. She says, remember that your real job is that if you are free, you need to free somebody else. If you have some power, then your job is to empower somebody else. This is not just a grab bag candy game. Kind of piggybacking off of what Stephen and Evan were speaking to. There are many folks with developmental disabilities. Just think a lot of folks who grew up in the special education system, who now as adults live pretty profound exclusion and isolation and marginalization, and that can be your job to empower folks that have less power. Thank you.
next.
Jude.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Jude. Just moved here a few weeks ago, and I am a videographer. So anyone who needs video services, actually my recent shindig was with Atlanta Music Lessons. That happened really fast, and that was awesome. They needed a video for their website, and I took care of it, and it was really good. So check them out, and Aaron's not here to test for me, but he likes it.
Actually, he did show it to me.
Yeah, thank you. So that's what I do. And Modify. I'm still coming up with my, way to pitch it and stuff, but earn your praise.
Okay, next.
Just kidding.
Hello, my name is Kim Kelly. I'm a loan officer with Fairway Independent Mortgage. I'm just visiting. I know I have a loan guy. After 21 years, just wasn't fulfilled with my career anymore. I decided to take a leap of faith. So now I'm in the mortgage business, and it's challenging, but just trying to connect with as many people as possible and just help anyone I can. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shiv Patel. I'm a physical therapist. I work for a company called Functionize, and we believe that everyone has an inner athlete, whether you're a cross-stitcher or a crossfitter. Just like every athlete performs at a high level, so for you. So no matter what stage of life you're in, our goal is to help you remain active so you can thrive and enjoy the best years ahead.
Hello everyone, Caitlin and Boston Rain. We are Empowered Life, so we empower people to live a healthier lifestyle. So who here sometimes overeats during the holidays? Or who likes to eat sweets?
Wait a minute, who doesn't?
Exactly. So
I don't.
with the holidays coming up, it's the perfect time,
Just do my
especially
thing.
everybody come first. A lot of people like to wait till January to say, oh, the new year, that's when I want to start with our services and our products, we help anyone from a mom, a business owner, a family. We actually just helped a family a couple days ago with her 2 sons. So our sons were in sports, and they needed products and services that help with eating habits, how they continue to grow healthier, and then also making sure that they're taking care of their body and their muscles as they expend a lot of energy during that sport. So if you know anyone that's looking for not only services but products within the community, just like here at BNI, which is what we love, we also have a community with our clients. Make sure that they're connected with each other and have others to fall back on. So Empower Life, we help people help themselves.
Yes.
Was there anyone? Yes, sir.
My name is Patrick Jefferson. I own a company called Real Estate Consulting. There are 315,000 dealerships in this country. They all work for me. Yes, including you, sir. What it basically means is do not try to go to a dealership and negotiate for yourself. I've been doing this for 25 years. I know all the lies they tell because I used to train them to tell it. So I negotiate every aspect of your deal, from pricing to payment to interest rate to warranties to every single aspect of the deal I look over. I do not even allow the dealership to talk to me. They have to talk to me from start to finish. I handle everything. I know where all the bodies are buried, I know where all the money is hidden, I know all the profit centers, and I make sure I trim the fat. They think nothing off of me, and that transfers to savings for you. Okay? We're a real estate consultant. We handle everything but your savings.
Wheel. I was so confused.
Is there anyone else? Did we miss anyone? All right, so we're going to take about 5 minutes to 5 minutes to take a little break, refill on coffee, use the restroom, and David will be our presenter. All right. All right, Senor David, take it away. You have 10
Good morning,
minutes.
everybody. How are we doing today? Y'all had more energy for the 60 seconds. Let's try this again. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today?
Good morning!
Thank you very much. My name is David Woods with Squeegee Squad. We hold the chapter's window cleaning season. It's pretty simple what we do. We clean windows. But enough about windows. Talk a little bit more about me.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, you guys. I always start, hey, this is my journey. I was born in a small backwater town called Memphis, Tennessee. Stayed there until I was about 4 years old. Parents decided that wasn't going to work for them anymore. They decided to split up. And I ended in another little small backwater town called Nashville, Tennessee. Woohoo! You ever heard about 2nd Avenue and all of those things? Yeah, it's all true. After that, moved back to Memphis, went to the University of Memphis and got a degree in mechanical engineering. My favorite guy right there. He can do anything on the Starship. After that, actually hated engineering. Last job that I ever had, I had to shut down a plant and move it over to San Luis Potosí, Mexico. Crossing the strike line every day was not very fun, especially under armed guard in order to do that. So went back to what I always knew. Families that always had restaurants, and that's where I ended up. Back in the hospitality for many, many years. That brought me here to the Atlanta area. Got here in 2000, been here ever since. Worked in hospitality, did a stint in commercial real estate. Went back to hospitality after the 2008 issues that we personally had. And then decided to go into corporate finance. My man, greed is good. No, it's not. Did that for many, many years, turned into a corporate zombie. Absolutely hated it. I was in my last job, I was in a car 4 hours a day, driving just to spend another 12 hours a day, wondering what the hell am I doing here? Can't do this anymore. Wife says, what are you doing? You can't do this anymore. What do you mean I can't do this anymore? So you gotta do something else, or you're gonna lose your mind. And so we decided to do Squeegee Squad. So that's my personal journey, what got me here right now. More importantly, my whys. This is 2 of 5, aka the center of my universe. She keeps me grounded. Everything I do rotates around her. Then we have the others. 3 of 5, also known as my oldest, Nicole. Currently up in Chicago at the University of Illinois, Chicago, becoming a computer engineer, and she actually loves it. Whereas I'm not a happy engineer. I think we all know this one, the true member of this chapter, and this is me. This is the one, Alicia. And then we got little man, 5 of 5, aka Lewis. This is him at the North Georgia Grappling Association. He took gold in his match. He gets another 2 inches. I'm gonna have to do something. This kid here, he came up on me the other night and put me in a headlock, and I'm like, really? I'm actually like, okay, here we go. So let's have some fun, kind of. Things that I do. See right here with my son. That's me in the background. That's when we were off the Florida Keys doing a nice dive trip. That's something that we do. Always loved it. He said to me when he was like 10 years, Dad, I want to go scuba diving. So we all know kids are like, they find the craziest things they want to get into. Sure, no problem. Found a little course, did that. You actually want to get certified, we did that. And it is a wonderful experience. Very zen-like when you're under that water, because you actually don't have to think so much, but you actually have to think, and you're concentrating on your breathing. So it's wonderful. I encourage anybody who wants a new hobby, scuba diving. The thing that I personally like to do is my mad scientist thing. It's culinary, but I also do home brewing, distilling, mead making, wine making, anything to do with ethanol, I pretty much do it. One of the things that really keeps me busy is being a taxi for the kids. Not as much as we used to be, but hey, that is my other hobby. Seen right here. So, what do? Well, our main line of business is window cleaning. What does that mean? Well, we clean windows in and out. Who thinks it's a simple job? No, you all think it's a simple job because you all use Windex and you're smearing around dirt and all of this, and it can be a simple job, but I like to compare it to mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes, in theory, are very simple, right? You can really mess them up if you don't know what you're doing. You're gonna have a blocky, poopy mess. Some of the areas that we work in, I tell everybody, we work everything from high rise and high risk all the way up to your own personal home. That includes commercial, residential, you name it, we will clean it. We have guys that will dangle off the building at 300 feet. I have guys that will get on a 40-foot ladder, take care of your personal home, and take care of any commercial space that you have. Another thing that's really big for us, especially this time of year, our holiday lighting. We come in, we custom craft a package just for your home. We don't go to Home Depot, pull a whole bunch of stuff off of there. All high quality materials, commercial grade. Like I said, everything is guaranteed to stand up to winds up to 70 miles per hour. So anytime that you have any issues, we come out and fix it, maintain these packages, store these packages.
Every bulb works.
Every bulb works until it doesn't, and then when it doesn't, we come and take care of it. Unless you have, squirrels chewing on your lines, then we'll have a conversation about that. But that's what we do, a lot of our core lines of business. We do other things, but this is what the majority of it is. Now, I always ask, how do you do this? Well, these are a lot of the tools of the trade and what we use. We have ropes. This was known as a bosun's chair. You got a guy on a rope. He's sitting on a chair 300 feet above. He's got a bucket hanging on him. He's got some squeegees. He's got some mops hanging onto him. And he's sitting there with this, a descender, because it's going to keep him from falling down. It helps him to control his height at any given time. And he's sitting there. Time to go down. Does the same thing all the way down until he hits the ground. There are certain times when, rope descent is really not an option. There's a lot of OSHA things. There's a lot of errata things that we have to take into account of for safety considerations. If we can't do rope descent, well, we do have other options: boom lifts and swing stages. Okay, boom lift, I think everybody's kind of familiar with. It's on the ground. You guys going up. You'll see, you'll see them called cherry pickers also. They'll go up to whatever height. They do have their limitations on height, and there's always an additional cost that goes along with those type of things. So in a commercial especially, and even in some high-end residential, it's always this consideration of cost versus what the capabilities are. The most expensive thing that we can have is what's known as a sound stage. A lot of high-rises will have these integrated into their engineered structures, but we may actually have to have the stage put up there, rigged up. We don't do that. There are specialized companies that do that. Those things can run for rentals anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000. So once again, having a guy come off a rope, if that's a possibility, definitely is the more economically convenient option for the customer. This right here, that's Bertha. I love it. That is our water-fed pole system, and we use that primarily on commercial, but also on a lot of our residential. It takes water, runs it through a 4-stage filter, gives spectacular cleaning results. Won't even know. It's the same process that they use to create the signing water. Very, very little contamination that goes along with that, so everything cleans off, sheets off very, very nicely. And of course, ladders, squeegees, and hand pumps. That's how we do what we do. Any questions that I can answer for anybody?
So if you want to go to Dragon Con, who would you dress up as?
I would probably dress up as somebody from the Warhammer era because I'm a bigger guy and I can hide my family. Yes, sir.
What's your recommendation on, so I have a house, how often should I have you guys come in and clean our windows?
It depends. You ask, some companies are going to say you need to come out every 3 months. I'm not going to tell you that. It really depends on a couple of things. Number one, how close do you have foliage next to your house? How much open ground do you have next to your house? There are some houses that can really get away for about once a year. There are some houses that do need that every 3 months. And that also depends on the type of windows that you have. If you have an older home that has storm windows, that's a lot more complicated of operation. But once that detailed cleaning has been done, we can just handle that exterior storm component, and that's a lot quicker that way. So it really just depends on a lot of different factors.
Got a quick question.
Yes,
so
sir.
if I have you come out and do the Christmas lights, I don't know anything about outdoor lights.
Yes, sir.
So could you tell me like what ones I need and how much to get?
Absolutely. So when we come out, we do a design process with you. We take photos of your house, we present a whole presentation, we mock up everything, we talk about what you're looking for, we talk about what your budget is, and then we get your feedback on what your vision is.
Can you do this?
Can I do that?
Oh, all right. All right. Kirker McCard. Last question.
I'm sorry?
Kirker McCard. Who's your captain?
Oh, Cisco.
Only correct answer.
Hey,
Cisco.
one more question. Can you smile for a picture? Show us your personality more, please.
All right, thank you so much. Excellent presentation, David. Please set up a one-on-one with him to learn more, or better yet, give him some referrals.
Or we all have windows.
We all do have windows. Right now, it is the Vice President's report. So this is kind of where our money in motion is having. So we always track our data. So we talk about referrals given, first-time visitors, one-to-one, CUs, and this little acronym here is thank you for closed business. This is probably the most important one, as well as absences. So as you can see, last week we had 15, 2, 40, 40, and we're up to 9,800. Last year we were at 911,000. So really important to stay in what we call the green, because there's a traffic light report, and all you got to do is attend the meetings, schedule the one-on-ones, and do some CEUs.
Just as a quick number, that thank you for closed business, if you equally divide it by our current population, that's over $28,000 in closed business per person. So if you're thinking about joining, come on in. But go ahead. So thank you so much, David. Phenomenal. Now I'm going to go talk to people about cleaning their windows. Next week we are going to have our president's message, since we have had a changing of the guard. And then the following week we are going to hear from Les, our merchant processor. So this other nonsense that you actually see, there's going to be a couple of differences between my two slides this time. I went through some training and I want to formalize things a little bit more. So part of the reason that you heard so much junk about me and what I want to accomplish in my presentation 4 weeks from now is we're going to start looking further out so that we can begin to invite people much further out rather than just next week and the following week. We want to start looking about a month out. So this is a recommendation for what you guys should actually be doing when you are in that stage of preparation. So about 6 weeks out, you should be reaching out to some other folks within our group to see if they have any questions, see, help guide your presentation. Right after that, about 5 weeks out, you should give some kind of preview during your 60-second presentation, talk, kind of tease a little bit. Then ask for 3 to 5 professionals. So you heard all of that junk done in my 60-second today, so that's kind of why I did that today. And then, what is that, 3 weeks out? Yeah, 3 weeks out, you can think about inviting some clients, family, friends, and things like that to the actual presentation, because let's be honest, those are more referrals for all of us too, so bring as many people as you possibly can. So you'll see all of these action items continually each week, and when your name pops up here, please just know that that's what you should start to do, but I'm gonna start talking to the people in the green, so we're 3 and 4 weeks out rather than next week and the following. If you are new, I am already scheduling in December. Please, please, please finish your MSP. I'd love to put you on the docket so that you can present as well as David has. We want to hear about your business and everything like that, but in order to be on the list, you actually have to first complete your MSP. So please take care of that. We can go on to the next one. And then for our Secretary Treasurer report, you guys are all going to get an email from, not from me, from BNI Decatur. It's going to come from noreply@mxmerchant.com. That's what it looks like. This is what the invoice actually looks like. You will have a description with the months, the quarter, all of the information that you need, and our dues for our local dues are $110 a quarter. So you guys will receive this invoice tomorrow from BNI Decatur. Please make sure it doesn't go to your spam. You can pay that online. It's going to be due a month and a half-ish. It's going to be due on November 15th. So you can pay it online from that link directly. If you had auto pay already set up, I've actually had to turn all of those off, so please just make sure that you're paying attention to this email that comes up. So, or you can bring a check as well. Make it out to BNI Decatur. We have tons of renewals coming up this month. Some people have already taken advantage of and jumped on the renewals. If you are, thank you and welcome for another year. That's everything.
All right, so this is the I have section. This is where each of us is going to stand up and give either a one-on-one that you did or a referral or a testimonial. So we'll start right here, Sangeeta.
First again.
Yes.
So I have an event coming up. Well, I guess that's the next slide.
That's the next.
That's the next slide. So I had a great one-to-one with Ruben. I don't know why I was going to call you Randy. Ruben, Bronwyn, and Evan the other day to get us settled into our visitors host positions. So that was really nice. And I have one coming up with, I don't know. I'm sorry. I thought I had one coming up, but since I don't have one, I also had one with Jordan Murray. So I'm looking for another one for this week. So if you need one, I need one. Let's get together.
All right, so I had a great one-on-one with Tom on Tuesday. Love learning about you and your family. Generally, I think your relationship with your daughter is exactly the one I want to have with my kids. We need some one-on-ones, and Art, I'm gonna check in with you, Inspector Rick, Misty, and Sawa. You're all on my hands.
So I had a great one-to-one with David actually and Alicia, and going through some marketing strategy and then executing on them. And testimonials this Squeegee Squad, I had them out to the house. We have some real high windows that I'm not getting on a ladder. What are you, crazy? The only problem was I only did the exterior windows. And then when they did such a good job, and my wife came home, she's like, well, the inside windows are now even dirty. Like, she could see that they were so dirty. So it's like, oh, great, she's done the interior. So, but testimonial, great job. We use them, and thanks, David.
Great presentation, David, and testimonial to Bronwyn. She's done all of our swag since the beginning of time. Couldn't recommend her enough. Everything looks awesome, as you can tell, and it's a super seamless process.
No referrals this week. Testimonial for Hunter. Our new group plan took effect yesterday or the day before. I think I'm saving like thousands of dollars a year. I was the angry business owner.
Awesome presentation, David. Thank you for being unique up there. We appreciate that. And wonderful presentation, or excuse me, the wonderful one-to-one. Ruben, thank you for hosting and teaching us how to be great hosts in the future.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you for your closed business stat, and then testimonial for Hunter as well, because I was going to be taking over ours, and the communication always seemed less quick and easy. Called him randomly on like a Friday evening at like 3:30. It's like he picked up on like ring number 1, I think. So really good to work with.
I've had a couple referrals for a former member who was my sub a couple of weeks ago with all the storms and everything. I referred him to a couple of people in, he's an adjuster, Mike Sheehan, fire adjuster. So in Florida and in Nashville. So if you guys have anybody that needs that kind of help getting more money from their insurance after the storms, he's a great person to know.
Testimonial to Tom, just like the man, he always delivers. And so I had a roof claim on Friday and made one phone call. He gave me one phone number. I called the number and like all the claims process has already started. So thank you, Tom, for your support.
I have a testimonial, well, great presentation, David. Testimonial to Abby. My husband's been going to her gym, and he absolutely is obsessed with her.
That'll make me blush, man. Good words for taking the chance. So yeah, thank you for the business, and looking forward to one-on-one business here.
David, good job in your presentation. I had a referral for Ivan, still here. Well, thank you.
I always like to say thank you to this group. Everyone is so helpful, wanting everyone's business to succeed. I've had some great one-to-ones and have some scheduled for next week.
So Dave, fantastic. I'll never think about mashed potatoes quite the same. He's going to be doing my holiday lights. One thing about that was last year I decided to do them before I knew he did it, and it cost a lot of money. But in the mortgage industry, wasn't doing great. But every time I pull the house, it brings me joy. And I'm like, you can't really put a price tag on that. So we're going bigger and better this year. Bring me more joy. So thank you. Thanks to his sister. He referred me to her sister to do a refi in Virginia. Thank you very much. And Tom, thank you for taking her credit this week.
Testimonial for Josh. I had no hot water Sunday, so I didn't shower Sunday. But then Monday came around, I had to shower. It was freezing, so I called Josh. He came out the same day, took care of it, was able to even tweak it, so now I have hotter water than I had before. So.
You shouldn't bury your hot work.
Hilarious.
I'm Sade gave me a massage at my house, and I know that's great that you guys have space, but I love not driving and sitting in traffic and being stressed about being there on time. So thank you so much. That was great.
See, I had 2 referrals, and I still oh, the other thing is, if you know families here in Decatur, set out, because we feature local families on our cover, those are also great referrals.
Testimonial to Chad and Steven. We're working for almost 6 months now. It feels like every month we're going a step further, and they have another service to offer, just helping our business a lot. So thank you, Steven.
So David always impresses me with his ability to present. I mean, I get for this stuff. I'm also very proud
of Sade. She mentioned the referral space, and the way all that worked out. She's a wonderful masseuse and businesswoman. Referrals from RN, some of the stuff I needed personally, from Justin and Michael, obviously referring himself. Thank you.
Testimonial to Stephen. He minimize what we were doing. He actually sat there with me, Alicia, and my sales admin person for 2 hours on the phone and on a Zoom to really walk through a lot of things, get some training done, show us some things, went above and beyond. Thank you, sir.
Shout out to David with the Christmas lights. He actually drove to my house, took a picture of the house, and sent me a picture with lights on it so I could see what it was like. It looked so real, I thought he actually did it all. And I still probably will pull the trigger and do that. And I've been a terrible member. I haven't done any one-on-ones lately, so I'm going to try to schedule some this weekend.
Thank you, Abby, for the referral. I sent JD one and got to book one more with this. Being redundant, but I had a great one-on-one today.
Had a great one-on-one with Carl. Great job today, dude. Thank you, Art. It's in 3 this week. And then I might have some referrals coming up for the home services team. We just closed on a church. Did the inspection. There's a lot of work to do. Painting, floors, roof, all that type of stuff. So,
thank you. Of course, it was a fun job. Had a one-on-one with Ivan after the meeting last week. That was fun. Looking for some more one-on-ones. Let's get with you guys one-on-ones. Anyone else? Thank you.
So, great one-to-one with Carl after the meeting last week, and then I want to piggyback off of what Missy was saying about the support in the group. So 2 things is, the first one was, while I haven't even ordered from Miss Bronwyn yet, and you guys all see how amazing her stuff is, she is always on the lookout for you guys, and we'll send you great ideas via text message on like a Thursday, just because she's thinking of you. So, and then also piggybacking my referral from me to Randy was immediate. I was on site and got him in touch with the customer immediately because we are thick as thieves here and here to support each other. So it was phenomenal.
One-on-one with Jordan, Joel, and David. You are an absolute class act. Excellent job.
Great presentation, David. I had referred myself to Bronwyn. We're going to get some stuff done, and I did want to give a testimonial to Hunter. I did it last week, but I'm still going to do it again. He helped me out with a friend of mine on a Saturday, and he quickly responded. And Tom also great testimonial for that. So this part is the VP reality check. That's where we highlight a referral from one member to another. Unfortunately, I don't have that. Is there anyone who'd like to speak on a referral? Senor Art?
Oh yeah, too. I had a client of mine that I played golf with yesterday. He's buying a house, and he had gone through the typical millennial thing. What do? You can go online and try to find insurance quotes, and he couldn't get the questions answered. So I put him in touch with Tom. Tuesday night, they played phone tag, and while we were in the golf cart, I dialed up Tom and said, "Chris is here," and handed him. It slowed down my golf round a little bit, but man, that was great. He's like, it's just nice to actually have a real person to talk to that can answer your questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So now is the time for Senor David to tell us who he thinks gave the best performance or presentation.
So really like I'm taking it back, I really love the randomness that we're doing now. I think it's making people pay attention a little bit more instead of just listening for Art's voice because it's my turn. Had a lot of really good energy. I think a week off, everybody came back energized. Honorable mention, wine and death. That's a good thing. Honorable mention to REA. He always does like a cliffhanger serial thing because he never gets done with the stories. You're like, what happened next week? But I'm gonna have to give it to Danielle for the language lesson.
Awesome, thank you so much. So we also have a little raffle, so I think David's going to give $1 million or something like that. No, just kidding. So we do have here, we're gonna shuffle this and we're gonna spin it to see who wins. Did everybody see that? Yeah.
He'll give you a free picture of your house. Like
And Mike. All right, let me go back to this other slide. All right, any special announcements? We'll start here to the left and then we'll loop around. Señorita.
So next Wednesday, October 9th, I'm going to be doing the Health and Wellness Fair for Morris Brown College. So if you all would like to come out, they have their homecoming week that week, and I'll just be playing a small part by setting up a booth, a tip-only booth for the Health and Wellness Fair. It starts at noon, it's at 4.
AUC, stand up.
I'm special announcement. Tucker Business Association. I know some of y'all already know. This month, the third Thursday of the month, our speaker is going to be the new CEO of Decatur County. That's kind of a big deal. It was hard to nail her down with Lorraine Cochran-Johnson. So I'm about to be sending out invites. I know some of y'all are actually already members, so that should be really exciting. Unfortunately, I won't be there because my wife scheduled a vacation that I didn't realize was. Wow. But it's going to be great. So I'll send. Anyway, yeah, I'll send out messaging and I'll put it on Slack as well. So.
I have 2 quick ones. The first one is if y'all know anybody that's collecting for Asheville, my brother and his partner stay with me indefinitely. If they don't have a transport to go back to Asheville, we're going to be kind of driving there weekly. So if you don't have anybody but you want to collect supplies, let me know and we'll happy to bring it back. And then with the A on your hand, I need you to draw the 2 little tildes at the bottom for the braids. And then we need to do one at the top for roll tide.
So for that announcement, just get your cert with Ipecac so you don't throw up. So don't worry about that. No, actually, I was in Asheville yesterday, and I think there's a lot of good news because my friend and I took up chainsaws and we expected to be cutting down tons of trees. And the good news is a lot of that stuff is gotten people power, and so we're moving closer to that. But for my son's college, it's right outside of Asheville. They don't have water and won't for about 2 months. And so if you see stuff on TV where you see like it looks like everything is taken care of, the answer is definitively no, it's not. The roads that are washed away, and then people don't have water. And so if you want to continue to donate, then there's still opportunities there. That's it.
I have some really big shoes to fill as the mentor coordinator. We're going to get received passports. I guess those will come to you, Ruben.
Yeah.
Going forward for new members. So for those of us that've been in BNI for a really, really long time, maybe we just need to review that. And does anyone have the actual book, Giver's Game, that they used to give out?
I have it.
I emailed
I have it at my house.
Kathy this week about that, and I was like, I never got the physical copy, and she's like, technically now they're doing it's a digital copy. That's
It is, but no one does the digital.
I know, right?
So if anyone has copies of those that you'd like to donate to the chapter because you read it, that way when we have new members, we can give them the passport and the Giver's Game book, and then they can return it. We can use it somewhere else. Thank you.
If you're like me, you're behind on your one-on-ones, storm, holidays, all that kind of stuff. Let's get them in emergency one-on-ones tomorrow. I'll send out an invite. Thank you.
So if you're bored on Saturday, have nothing to do, the 15th annual Taste of Tucker that my wife and I created in 2010 is going on Main Street. Free to go, bands, fantastic bands, kid zones, brewery area for 6 different drink stations, and 20 restaurants and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's free to go, but you got to pay 1 to 6 on Main Street.
Any other announcements? All right. So right now I'd like to thank the visitors, and please, if they could stand up and follow the visitors hosts. They're going to talk to you guys and give you the timeshare spiel. No, just kidding. We have Sade, Evan, and Bronwyn. Thank you so much for coming. And the closing quote today is, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." So by Steve Jobs. And thank you. Appreciate it, guys.